Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. We are starting a new one today. I gotta find a place for my coffee cup. Just finished my coffee. What are we doing today? Well, or hopefully the camera is going to stay focused and not go blurry for no reason. We are starting today on a new build. I have this little guy here. This is Gundam. Technically not Gundam, but it is from the Gundam Seed Destinies series. This is the Strike Rouge plus Ootori. Now, for those of you who don't know what this might be or what series, if you don't know what the Strike Rouge is, I got a little video clip just to introduce it right about here.
私はオーブ連合首長国代表カナリユラ・アスハ
And so, with that, you get an idea of what this one is. So, I've already opened the box and I've pulled the instructions out, and of course everything's in Japanese, typical Bandai. I was really surprised with my last Gundam build that I actually had English instructions. Now, I don't know if it's relevant or not. I'm not sure what Bandai does, but sometimes the Bandai logo is red and sometimes it's blue. I don't know if that has any designation whatsoever as to whether it's one that's designed to be sold in North America or not, and that's why they get some with English and some with only Japanese. I don't know. But anyway, let's open this thing up and let's take a look at it. I did buy this one off of Amazon, and when it arrived, the box was crushed on this corner here, so the box kind of looks like crap. This thing was, and it, nice of them to put this sticker right in the middle of the freaking picture. Like, they couldn't have done that on the side. Like, come on. What if I was like one of those people that likes to keep the box, and for the box art, because the art on there is pretty cool, right, to say the least. Anyway, that kind of sucks. Okay, so looking at these bags, looks like we have looks like a combination of water slide decals and stickers. We shall see. I'm going to have lots of plastic bag stuff to throw out. Now, even though the box was crushed, none of the bags had ripped open or anything like that, so I'm going to hope that none of it was destroyed. But I, of course, won't be able to find out for sure until our build comes along. Now, this was broken off of here, right? So that happened. So, but that's not the end of the world. It's just part of the tree. Or, sorry, the runner. Now these are, in the whole Gunpla thing, these are called runners, not sprues. Right? It's so awesome that they get the red and the white and the clear all in one mold. We've got, oh crap, I can't remember the name of the pilot for this one. What is her name? I don't remember her name. I'll have to look it up. I'll Google it. But, yeah. Oh, what did I do here? Dusty box. This was actually the first Gundam I actually ever purchased, and I purchased this one on Amazon. I already said that, didn't I? Purchased it on Amazon. And, yeah, but it's been sitting for months now, waiting to be built. Because then after buying this one, I figured if my first Gundam I build should be the original Gundam, the RX-78-2, and so that's why I built that one first. And then I built the Zaku custom, that Lunar Mario Hawk from the same series, Gundam Seed Destiny. Okay, so we've got what looks like some stickers here, and then some metallic stickers, and then we've got water slide decals, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. No, these are not water slides. So it's all stickers, stickers, and stickers. No water slides. I might go online and see if I can find some water slides, because those are going to be much nicer to use. So, but for now, that's all we got, is those. So maybe I'll do some searching and see if I can find them for this guy. It's nice this is not actually white, it's kind of an off, super light pink color. It's not quite white. It's not quite white. Okay, so that's that. We have this little tree here, and then there's obviously some kind of weapons. Yeah, it's like a gun and a sword. And her lightsaber, though they don't call it lightsaber. Looks like we have something that was here as a part of this. No. Something broke off of this, but it's it's not there now. Okay. So this was like this. Okay, and it busted off. Okay, so there we go. So that's some damage. I just have to try and remember these two go together. And these two go together like so. Okay, so that's that one. Next, we got this bag. Nothing loose in the bag. These ones look like they are actually white parts, although I could be wrong. Yeah, they look pretty white. It almost looks like rockets. Okay. This is woohoo! This is definitely a rubber, all the rubber gimbal parts. Very flexible. Okay, I'll put those there because those are probably going to be used quite a bit. Now, I think I want to do a little bit more customization than what I've done in my past two Gundam builds. This is almost following my tanks, right? I've built 3 tanks now, and this is now going to be my 3rd Gundam. So that being said, if you've been watching me on YouTube and you're following my videos, you'll know my first tank build was actually my first YouTube video, and I practically did no customization at all. My second tank, I did a little bit of adding a little bit of dirt and dust to it, and I rusted up the tank tracks. And then my third one, I added a whole bunch of mud and made it all muddy and dirty, and so it's progressively more and more. And I'm kind of doing the same thing with my Gundam builds. The RX-78, really all I did was just kind of do the panel lines and just kind of maybe a very light dirty wash on it. And of course I had issues with the legs falling off because I didn't know to, was scared to really click them in. And same with the arms, and then the shield kept on falling off all the time because I didn't know the little piece that comes around onto his arm actually fits kind of tight, and I was just kind of putting it there. I've of course solved all that now, but then with the Zaku 2 Custom, I did a much dirtier wash on it with the panel lines, and it looks a lot cooler, I think, with it like that. So this one, I kind of want to do that, just maybe a next step. And instead of all this stuff, this is kind of a, it's not quite black, but it's this, like you can see, these are two shades of gray. When it comes to, when I get to doing the parts like on the joints and stuff like that, I think I want to go with a dark, like a gunmetal color, instead of just dark gray like this. And so I kind of want to, I'm thinking I want to do that kind of a, go that route with the customization. Like here's a pair of hands here. They're a gray color. I'd like to see those in gunmetal kind of thing. And see that kind of thing. Anyway, that's just some food for thought at this point. Let's see, because we've got more to unpack here. Once again, no apparent loose parts. And kind of hard to tell what these parts are. We've got more hands. Lots of different hands, actually. Now I'm going to give just a guess on shoulder joints and things like that. Arm-related pieces. And these may be leg-related. Leg joints. I think that's part of the hip, maybe, I guess. Something like that. Something to that effect, anyway. That's that bag. Nothing loose, nothing come apart on those. Got a little pink bag. Let's see here. Just two very small nothings. Is that going to be her foot, maybe? Her feet? Possibly. That's it, just that little bag is done. This one looks like wings. Again, nothing broken. Yeah, I guess from what I can, on her shield there, that looks like part of her backpack. More wings, fins of some sort. I think this is part of the, well, the I don't know how to pronounce it, Ootori. I think the Ootori is an add-on pack onto it that adds the wings and extra weapons on this thing. I think that's what the whole Ootori thing is. And we've got another super light pink bag. With another half of her shield or part of it. And yeah, just some other add-on. This looks like maybe the shins. Things like that. Almost looks like a dagger of some sort. Okay, that's that one. And one last bag. This looks like it comes with a base. Base. that's kind of cool. My other two didn't come with their own base. So this one's kind of neat. Big honking thing. I wonder what goes in there. Probably these two go together and then go down in there, and then this big long thing. And then all this kibble too. Yeah. Okay. And that's that. And that's all of our sprues, or runners, whatever you want to call it. Going to be making a lot of use of my razor glass file and the balancer that comes with it. If you've seen my other videos, I am in love with this thing for cleaning up nub marks. Not only on the Gundams, but on regular models, it does a fantastic job. So we got the pilot, but her name's all in Japanese. It's bugging me what her name is. I'm going to throw this into my Google Translator, and I'm going to see what that says. Scan it. Okay, and now I'm just going to do this and see. Kagalia, that's her name. Her name is Kagalia. It was in it was the same. The translation is kind of hard to actually see. It was returned to space, and when let's see, Kagalia Yula Atha Strike Rouge was piloted by Open Kagari Yula Atha. It was the same in the CE-73 war. Kira Yamato used the Strike Rouge after Kagari boarded Akatsuki. However, it was returned to space, and when he boarded, the aircraft color also returned to that of the Strike Gundam. Kagari, who was the pilot of the Strike Rouge from the War of CE-70, later on the battlefield as a leader instead of a pilot, Rikura, who was to stand, used Strike Rouge to return to space. He used a booster to reach space, but the aircraft was destroyed in the battle immediately after that. So that's Google Translate's version of everything that's written here. So Kagari, that's her name. She was the original pilot of the Strike Rouge. Anyway, so we've got section 1 is the body unit, 2 is the head, 3, 4, and 5. 3 and 5 is the right arm. 3, 4, and 5 is the left. 6 is the waist. 7 and 8 are the legs. And then we've got no listing for number 9. But or number 10. But then we go to 11 is the beam rifle. 12 is the shield. 13 is the armor Schneider, which is a freaking dagger. And 15 to 22, so there's no 14 either. Number 15 to 22 is the Ootori, which looks like it's the backpack and all that extra weaponry. So there we go. There's how to put stickers on. There's how to use your nippers to get the pieces off of the runners. There's the layout of everything that should be in the box. Got a bunch of X's on these. I wonder if that means we're not using those pieces. That's possible. All right, body unit. What do we need for the body unit? It tells us here we need A, D, E, H2, L, M, N, and PC. Simple enough. Let's get started, shall we? I need A. I think A was like the first one I pulled out of there. Yeah, okay. A, and I need D. Which one is this? That's N. Do I need N? I do need N. So I'll just keep those there. But the first pieces I need are going to be, well, I do need A. I need the pilot. Got to put the pilot in. But I think what I want to do is hit her with a little bit of panel line accent color. I don't really paint the pilots. I'm not big on painting pilots. But I do want to be able to see a little bit of detail there. So I'm just going to use my gray panel line accent color just to highlight some of the details on her. It's so small, and I'm not a professional painter, so I wouldn't be able to really paint her to what would be that good anyway, so just do a little bit of accent gray on her, just so you can see. I'd like to be able to paint in such a way that you can really see the detail, but I just can't. They did do a nice job of sculpting her, I'll give them that, but once again, you know, this is one of those things that's going to be inside. I'm not going to have the bay door open or anything in there, so you're never going to see it just looking at them on the shelf. Especially, I think I'm going to pose this one in more than sort of an action pose. I'm going to utilize the base, so kind of get it off the ground in kind of a kind of a thing. So yeah, so I just did a little bit of panel line on there and see if I can get a piece of cardboard or something to so it will focus on there on this camera so you can see better. Of course, white with a white background. Yeah, that's smart. Real smart there to twist this. I do have, bear with me here, I have this one. Let's see this one a little better. A little bit better. Yeah. So yeah, just did a little bit of panel line on there, and I think that's just good enough. Good enough. Okay, anyway, nippers. Nip, nip, nip. There we go. And that's all I need out of this for right now, anyway. So I'm going to need E and M. Gotta find those. I wasn't really paying attention to which trees were which when I was looking at. That's B. And that's G. That's the B, G's. That's O. Q. C and H2. F. F. That's D. I need D, but not right now. And there's E. There we go. There's E. Where's M? M, right there. Okay. All right. So I need M, 15 and 16. 27, 28, 23, 18, 11, 12, 15, 16, right here. Okay. And I'm also going to need E6, which looks like a pretty big piece. 12, 14, 17. Where's the single digits? Oh, I'm looking at M. Stupid. I need E6. It's this big guy. E6 and 7. Okay. Now, this is going to be one of those things I'm going to be taking my glasses on and off over and over and over. I don't like doing that, so I'm going to change my glasses. I mean, even doing this, I still wind up having to take them off over and over. And then my knife. Kind of clear off some excess. Now, of course, the whole technique for taking off these pieces from the runners, there's a whole science behind it to get it so that you don't get these awful white stress marks. But of course, if you're painting it, the white stress marks are really kind of irrelevant because you're going to be painting it anyway. And I might be doing that. I might be painting a lot of it. So these dark gray pieces just might be not even being used in the end. So this goes like this. Which way does this go? It's facing like that. There we go. And then this guy goes on here. Okay, and then these go together. Just like so. Okay, so we're going to add some movement there, but that's friggin' tight. That is tight. I don't know if it's supposed to be that tight or not. But we'll see. One thing I don't know, and I haven't looked up, I haven't seen anybody really reviewing this particular kit, is to see if there's any like not so great parts. I don't know how far that's supposed to go in. It looks like it should go even farther. Ah, see? Sometimes it just takes a bunch of force on these things and they snap into place all of a sudden. And yeah. See, the little pilot, she's got a little peg on her back to fit her into the spot that she's supposed to go. Of course, so what am I doing? I'm using my nippers to get her in there. I think I got her in there. She's not falling out anyway. And there we go. It's going to be a whole bunch of... It won't focus! Focus. Focus, camera, focus. That's what this is going to be a whole bunch of for this build, because I want to show you up close and then the camera doesn't focus and it makes me mad. Okay. Next. E, 13 and 16, and then a Japanese word. And we want 12 and 16. Let's do E, 13 and 16 first. There's 13. The way they have it attached on the sprue is a little tricky here. Okay, 13, here's 16, this guy here. Alright. Might as well get this one up too. 16s are identical, and this is the 12. I'm just going to put the 12 right by the 12. I'm guessing these are going to be pegs sticking out for like the arms or something like that. If I was going to criticize anything about these Gundam builds, it would be how easy it is for arm joints to come apart. In part of the whole thing being able to articulate and move the arms, the joints seem to be able, it's easy to get the joints to come apart while you're trying to pose it. And if I had anything to criticize Bandai on, that would be it. The fact that while you're trying to pose it, the joint can come apart on you. And I kind of at the same time I understand why they have it like that. Because while you're trying to pose it, you can put stress on the joints. And so rather than the joint breaking on you, it just comes apart. And kind of gives you that warning that, hey, you're putting a little too much pressure on this. Right? So, yeah. Go. So that's that one, and then this one is to be rotated like this. Okay, so now we take this, and it goes like that. I think it looks like I have that correct. Oh, it snaps on. So with the tightness on this, the joints coming apart may not be an issue. Holy crap. Speaking of snapping on, there. Now you see that's going to lead to being able to do this and this, right? Okay, now I need E3. This little penis piece. Did you say penis? I did. I didn't say penis. And that looks like it goes in up here somehow. Ah, right in there. snap in? Can you snap in? No, it just goes like that. Maybe I don't have it in all the way. Let's see here. That's too big. Try using one of my brushes. Oh, I know. Okay, it doesn't snap in. But there we go. That's obviously going to be the neck. That'll be your neck. Okay. Now we need A, 15 and 16. This is A. 3, 13. This is on the broken piece. Yep. Now, of course, these are going to be exposed pieces. So now this is where I'm going to start trimming these pieces off according to the rules of gunpla. And I'm not putting my nippers right against the piece. I'm leaving some nub on it as I can. See, they've got all that extra on there. And that's now, I'm going to cut that, trim that with my knife a little bit. Trying not to stress the plastic. Now, ideally, you kind of shave it off little by little to reduce stressing the plastic and making it light in color. That's the plan anyway. Does it always work? No. And why not? Because sometimes you get impatient and just want to trim it all off in one go. And so in doing that, you stress the plastic, creates that white mark that is just damn near impossible to get rid of. Which is why they made things like the Gundam markers, right? For people like you and me, well, maybe not you, but people like me who get impatient and they trim it off wrong, and now they want to touch it up because they're not actually painting the whole thing. They've just made a horrible job on the nub marks. So that one's pretty much perfect. Not quite. I have to tell you this, oh man, I cannot. This thing is awesome. Okay, these go like this, one on each side. Oh, they go on the arms. Trying to determine if I have this in the right direction, and it looks like I do. A little shoulder pad on there. Yeah, nice and blurry shoulder pad. Stupid camera. You know what I need to do? The problem is, if I put this thing on manual focus, then I either have it focused right here, or I have it focused so I can go like this and have it focused on you, for you, right? If I have it focused so that if I got the focus set so that I do that and it's focused there, then while I'm working, it's all blurry for you. And I don't want it all blurry for you, so I'm going to leave it on autofocus, as frustrating as it is when I go to actually show you something up close. And it doesn't want to focus. It bugs the heck out of me. I'm just gonna, this one's pretty big, I left it on there, so I'm just gonna take it off little by little, multiple passes with my knife. Shave it off until it's almost gone. I realize now I'm doing it right here, and on the camera it's just at the very top, like really high. So I'm going to lean in a little bit like this for you, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's not quite down, and that's why I get out my razor. I'm going to file that down until it's nice and smooth and gone. And now that nub mark has basically disappeared. Now, of course, the balancer is supposed to polish it up, but this alone does such a fantastic job. I don't even need the balancer. But I will say this, the balancer is going to come in handy when I build my F-15. I've watched videos online on the build of Tamiya's 1/32 scale F-15, and I haven't even looked at it myself yet, but it appears that the canopy on the F-15 has a seam down the center of it. Just the way they molded it, they decided to put two halves together and there's a seam line sticking up. And I gotta say, come on, Tamiya. If my kit has that, that sucks. Anyway, that's those two pieces on after all that. Now I need the L and the M. I need the L and the M. LM. Where are you? That's D. There's the M. There's the M. I thought I saw the L in here. There's the L, yes. Okay. L2. L2 and M13. M13 is a big piece. Doink. Okay. I didn't know how exposed this is going to be, so I tried to take it off of the runner kind of carefully. So I don't want to wind up having to paint just a lot of this stuff just to hide nub marks, you know. Planes are active this morning. This one is kind of a unique situation. I've got the nub mark right on kind of a panel line. And it's at a funny angle. think I got it. All right. One thing that's kind of funny, I get the pink sawdust, sawdust for lack of a better term, the pink dust from the other pieces still in the grain of the file. So it leaves the pink sawdust on the black piece. But in a way that's okay, because I get to see what still needs to be cleaned up. All right. So this is like the neck guard, for lack of a better term. Goes on there like that. And then this goes and covers up some stuff. Now, do I have this oriented right? No, I don't. This needs to be like that. Yeah, see, now just doing that alone, the pilot is so much deeper inside the cockpit. She's so much deeper in there now, it's going to be hard to see her. Right, where am I going here? It's getting in the middle here. There we go. Right, just that alone is going to be a challenge to see her as even more stuff gets put on all around her. And this piece is a perfect example of what I would like to paint gunmetal, because that's going to be underneath more panels as we go along further. So D and H. D, oh there's D. What do I need? D10. 26, 10. D10, and I need, what was it, H. There's F, and H5, C, P, Q, O, G, B, N, M, L. It'll be the last one, right? It's A, E, and PC. So where's my H? I just went through them all. I need H. This is A. And this is N. L and M. L and M. But I need H. That's B. B and G and O and Q. And D and F and P and H2. Okay, we have a typo in our instructions. Right here, we're calling for H, and I have H2. And I want number 14, which looks like this piece, and that's number 14, which is that piece exactly. So now I know when it calls for H, it's H2 I need. Oh, H2O. I need water. You must flow like water. Anyway, now I know. H is actually H2. Okay. Got that pretty close with the knife on this one. Almost don't need my razor to clean it up, but I'm going to use it anyway. Just to make it pretty. Now this goes down on top here. Just like so. There's a nice neck guard. Now, kind of purposely cut these nubs huge so I can nicely trim them down. Without stressing the plastic. At least that's the hope. Don't want to stress her out. The last thing you need is a stressed out woman. Did I just say that? Yeah. Okay, one more. All right. Clean it up. Let's see. It's just a little bit better. That little bit of a polish. And then this goes on the bottom here to cover up her crotch. Or maybe not her crotch. It goes up pretty high. Doesn't seem to be attaching to anything though. It's just loose on there. It's loose. Did I miss something? There's nothing for it to snap onto, it's just loose. That's kind of dumb, because, right? That's not right. That boy ain't right. Maybe it's just loose for now. Because I got extra things to put on here. Maybe they lock it in place. That's always possible. With Bandai, you never know. There's always things that lock in different things to hold it together for you. And yeah, it's like, yeah. Anyway, so let's move on. A33. A33. Now, I already know I'm going to need 32. It's literally the opposite side. It's just they're not. Alright, sorry, I mean 34. Shut up, airplanes. You know, but there was a time in 2021 when there were no flights going anywhere, and it was actually quite quiet at my house. It was kind of peaceful. Okay, so this one goes in this direction, and it goes on here. Yeah, see? It's just going to lock it in place. Once I got it lined up. Oh, that's going to stay loose so that it can pivot. Holy shit. The engineering that Bandai does on these things, it blows. It's so, yeah, okay, admittedly, I've only built 3 of these things, but it blows me away the engineering that they put into it. Each of them. So you can pivot her hips. She can sway, and of course, pivot with that. Like, that's a lot of movement. Okay, anyway. PC2. So PC was that rubber piece, right? Yes. Okay. And then we need M14, and M was back here in the box somewhere. F, or was it? Maybe I pulled it out already. L, M. You can kind of tell this was stressed, and it's now permanently bent. One thing I just noticed, nothing on this is actually black. There's none of the parts on any of the trees except for the base. Okay, my mistake. The base is black, but there's no parts on the actual kit that's black. We got dark gray, but that's it. No black. And admittedly, black would be a good contrast in some places. But that just means the black panel line accent color later on will stand out more. Because when you got actual black parts, some detail just gets lost. This goes in here. The extended edge pointing down according to the instructions. And then this goes on the back. Just like that. This piece still wiggles a little bit, but not much. Now, does it really bother me that it's wiggling still? Maybe. Could I glue it? Yes, definitely. I could take some of my Tamiya thin and just put a little drop here and a little drop there, and then this pink piece won't move at all anymore. But at the same time, if I do feel like taking this apart and painting, like say this piece here and this piece here, and painting those gunmetal, then having the pink piece glued on would be an issue. It would be a big problem. A couple more pieces, and then we're almost done on this, and then we're going to call it a day. Almost done. A few more pieces. We want A11, just this guy right here. A11, we want M11, 15, and 18. So we want quite a few of the M here. M11, this guy here. M11, and we want 15 and 18. There's 18. 50, 17, 13, 14, 15 is not on here. Oh, because I want H15. And we already know H means H2, right? I think this is part of cockpit. Cover. I think. Do this. So I want to get close to myself. changing angles on it a little bit, just so I'm not accidentally filing off in a particular angle that's not correct. There we go. Alright, now this is the other one I want to be nice and careful and do a good job on, because I think this one might have some exposure, although at the same time Bandai does a good job at choosing where the pieces are held on the runners, so that a lot of your nub marks are hidden. They are pretty good at doing that, or if they can't be hidden, it's really minimized where you see them. So even if you do a terrible job at removing the nub marks, or you don't really remove them at all, you just don't care and you just build it. There's not going to be a whole lot exposed anyway, so yeah. Okay, so first of all, we take this piece and we take this guy, put this facing up, and it locks in on this guy here, like that. Okay, and then we take this one, like this, and we take this guy facing this direction, and it goes like that. Like that. Okay. So this goes in on the bottom one. Like that. This one goes in it's a little bit difficult to determine how it locks in up there. I think it goes up like that. That's a good question. I'm not sure how this goes in there. I know that goes up in that, but how far it goes in, I don't know. The way they show the angle, it doesn't specify exactly how it goes up in there, and so I'm not sure. This obviously just does that. It tucks in like that. But what about the top piece? How does that stay in there? So there's nothing, it's not far enough. I'm trying to determine where inside this thing locks in. I think it's at the very top there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to take a couple of parts apart here. I'm going to have to dismantle it because it's kind of like a puzzle. See now, how does this piece lock in? There's no one inside here. From behind. No, it won't go. That's not right. Maybe it's supposed to just sit like that. Is it really supposed to be this challenging? Maybe I should watch a video on how to put this thing together. See, I almost think it's supposed to lock in there, because then this can pivot out and allow this piece to come closed, because this is supposed to open up, but right there it's not right. It's supposed to go up in there. Is this, maybe I have it upside down or something? Because this should be able to go doink and allow this to close. Maybe I have it backwards. It doesn't look like I have it backwards. Let's pull it apart. Oh, of course it's tight. Maybe I've got it backwards. It doesn't look like I have it backwards. No. Maybe I got it all wrong and it's supposed to go right here. But then in the next picture here, they don't show it. Do this. Is that where it's supposed to go? Just doesn't want to cooperate. I might have to give up on this piece for now and go watch myself a video, because it doesn't seem to be right. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. way they're showing that that's basically the end result is that. But that doesn't look right. Just doesn't look right at all. But anyway, let's put this all back together. Okay. Neck guard back on. Okay. I'll have to double check because that's kind of in a position now where it's not very. I don't know. It doesn't look very good. Anyway, we want A10. A10. Do we want A10? Why did I say 10? Because it's over here. Okay. But we also want A14, 7, and 5. This is 14. Nice big exposed chest piece. So I want to be careful and do as good a job as I can on the nub marks on that. And I need a 7. And I need a 4 and 5. All of these pieces are basically, I'm going to call them exposed armor pieces. So I don't want to have to paint. Because basically I don't really have a I don't have a Gundam marker that's going to match any of these. So if I wanted to paint this, like if I really screw up a nub mark and it's in a horrible spot and I want to try and touch up the paint on it to try and hide it, like that one right there, that's terrible, absolute horrible. If that's going to be super exposed, then I'm going to want to touch it up, right? And so what are my options? My options would be to see if Bandai makes a Gundam marker set that matches this, or specifically for this one, or alternatively I try and mix up my own paint and go that route. Now, I could do that. The other option I have is when I'm weathering this and making it look like it's been in battle and it's been used, well, you can use your weathering techniques in those spots and hide the nub mark with your weathering. which is a fantastic way to say, hey, I didn't make a mistake there. Now my horrible mud mark is almost completely fixed by this razor, which is just another reason why I love this thing. I also can't get over how it polishes out. Like, you're supposed to go through 4 different steps to polish this thing, but the file alone polishes it. You don't need the extra steps. And I mean, realistically, do you want your whole thing polished, shiny? Maybe. If the whole idea is to make it showroom fresh, then yeah, okay. Sometimes my knife is not as sharp as I think it is. Here's that one, and these 2, and then we'll get them assembled. Is it? Okay. It's about perfect time too, because I've got stuff I gotta get done today. Okay, that one's done. Know how exposed it is going to be, so I want to make sure it's clean. And final piece. There are a couple more pieces that I still need to get ready, but for now, if you guys are into Gundam, I'm watching Gundam stuff and custom Gundam builds, I would recommend Frosted Snow on YouTube. If you guys are into Gundams, you probably already know her. Korean lady and her husband who customize things, and they even build like resin kits and stuff like that. Okay, so they're telling me something here, and I don't know what it is. It's a little circle with a dot in it, and I don't know, because I don't read Japanese, but this piece goes on here. I didn't clean that part off. I clean that up. On here. Okay. See, this thing's just a loose piece of junk. I'm gonna have to watch a video and see how that goes together. Now A5 goes in the back here. And this side goes this side. Of course this side goes this side. Just like that. Okay. I need L1 and N5. So L and N. L. F. D. P. O. G. B. Q. N. I need N. Where are we? N5. There we go. N5. N5. And it was L1. There we go. Okay. I would clean this piece. It's this one I need to do. Okay, so these go together. I take this and then this piece goes in here. That, and then this goes over top. Sandwiches it together. Sort of kind of, oh, there we go. Okay, and then this goes on the back. Ah, it's going to be a tight fit. That just fell out. And that's it. So she's got a little bit of her jetpack kind of pivots a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. Pull it out a little bit. Pivots a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. So other than these two pieces being bitches, I'm gonna go on YouTube and see if I can find somebody else building this thing, and try and figure out how this thing is supposed to go in there, because it's not making sense to me. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that for today. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for coming out. You guys have been so chatty in the chat here. It's just so awesome. Yeah. Can you taste the sarcasm? Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for following me on YouTube. You guys are great. I'm up to 200 followers. That is amazing. Thank you guys so much. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, who started out with nothing and nobody knew me at all, That's really fantastic. It's really awesome. If you guys want to see some previous builds that I've done, go ahead and you can take a look at my Instagram, and you can see pictures of stuff that I've built in the past. And yeah, I will put links to my Instagram and my Twitch channel down in the comment, or not in the comment, in the description box below. And you can go check that out and follow me on Twitch. That would be cool. And then you can get notified when I go live, and you can talk to me while I'm building, and you can say, hey, you know what? You know, that would have been cool. Somebody just says, hey, put that in there. There's a little notch or something, and that would have helped me out. But nope, nobody said nothing. Anyway, I want to thank you guys again for watching, and thanks for you guys to subscribe and follow me. That is really fantastic. You guys are really awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Truly. If you have ideas of what you would like to see me build in the future, put comments below, or send me a message on my Twitter. I've got a link down on my Twitter for my Twitter as well. You can check that out. You can do that. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day for now. And so thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you all in the next one.